and remove the palms. So friends, I hope you had a good meditative state. Nice music, very, very soft and nice. So if you're experiencing loneliness in your life, it's time to invite yourself to the world of friendship. So just like in meditation, we try to reach a state of no thoughts in life, we should try to reach a state of no enemies. It's not difficult. Maybe reaching a state of no thought is much more difficult than reaching a state of no enemies. Being friends to everyone. And the onus is always on you, like many other things in life. So this is chapter number 11, Warmth of Friendliness, from this book, Happiness Here and Everywhere by Just Win Singh. And as you know, we have been looking at various levers which will make us ultimately happy in life. And now today we'll look into friends. So when I begin with inspiring thoughts, when I was going through these thoughts, I could not stop wondering about what type of person the author might have been and what type of friends he had and how did he hold the friends, in what regard he held his friends. The first one is from Henry Ford. He says, "My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me." And then unknown author, he says, "Good friends are food for the soul." Toru Dutt, he or she says, "Of all the pleasures given on earth, the company of the good is the best." Norbert Harms, he says, "A friend is always good to have, but difficult to be." And Oscar Wilde, "True friends stab you in the front." The best one is from the author himself, Just Win Singh. He says, "Instead of trying to make more impressions, try making more friends." So this is I would say, the wall between making more friends and, making less friends or being lonely is you're always trying to make impressions, which is not needed. For living a happy life, friendship should become the basis of all relationships. If parents and children are friends, they will live happily. If the husband and wife are friends, they will live a smoother life together. If brothers and sisters are friends, they will enjoy each other's company. So friendship is free for your creating. All you have to do to get a friend is to be a friend. And that bond of friendship makes for a wonderful life. But to do that, you need to be honest, open-minded, and willing. You need to first remove the stains of selfishness and other unloving qualities from your character, for only selfishness can destroy the magnetism of the universal force of friendship. Remember, the purpose of friendship is to build energy and create mutually uplifting synergy with other people. If you come away from a contact with someone feeling drained and less interested in doing things, you have been in the company of a wrong person for your true self. On the other hand, when you are with the right kind of people, you will feel lifted up, more alive, and more alert than usual. You will be at a higher level of optimism and possibilities that give this life a sense of enjoyable adventure. So you have to begin with being friends with good people. And then, of course, you can expand that. Story time. President Lincoln made friends in a very unusual way. Once a woman happened to hear the kind words he spoke of his political enemies. She asked him how he could speak so kindly of his enemies when he should rather destroy them. The president courteously replied, "What, madam? Do I not destroy them when I make them my friends?" So that was his strategy. The above incident gives us a very clear indication that friendship and enmity are only states of mind. In order to live a happy life, our target should be to reach a no enemy state. When all are your friends and you know no strangers, just imagine the great state of happiness you can create for yourself. So it is strange, therefore, to observe that if friendliness is such a powerful thing, why are there so few friendly sunshine people in the world? Let's look into that. So why are people afraid to be friendly? So the author says mainly three reasons. First is many times people experience distrusting relationships which frighten them to continue to extend their friendly hand to all. So people are distrusting, right? The second is some people do not find themselves worthy enough for admiration, for they feel they have nothing lovable to share. This drives them into their shells and they develop shyness, which is nothing but a technique of hiding from people. And the third reason, which I think is quite could be the main one, is that many people have developed colossal money glands in their brain for secreting money, which has made them commercialize practically everything, even their friendship. So they are not being friendly out of love, but are making friends to use them to their advantage in some business-like fashion. So we should find an action plan to overcome all these, right? But we have to remember friendliness is about giving. True friendship is the highest form of love. It is based on sharing. By being friendly, it does not mean that you must know and love all human beings and creatures personally and individually. That is not possible. All you need to do is to be ready at all times to spread your friendly light over all living creatures you happen to come in contact. But this requires constant mental effort and preparedness. So be a friend to all. The most difficult task is to love your enemies. But if you are compassionate enough, you will realize that those are the people who need the healing rays of your love the most to remove the darkness in their hatred stricken heart. There is no need to fawn on your enemy. Simply love them silently. Silently be of service to him whenever he is in need. For love is only real only when it is useful and when it is expressed through action. And then he quotes one another very nice technique. Consciously banish unkind words. From this moment, consciously work to banish unkind works from your lips forever. For unkind words are ruthless murderers of friendships. Instead, choose to speak only sweet words which act as nectar to the thirsty souls. Instead of wishing that others become better, keep yourself busy in correcting your own faults without developing an inferiority complex. Be friendly without being bothered whether anybody is friendly towards you or not. Instead of asking, "Who is my real friend?" ask, "Am I a real friend to somebody?" So, to have friends, you must manifest friendliness. The more friendly you become towards all, the greater will be the number of your real friends. Stop sitting locked up playing computer games in your room and instead move out and meet people. You may just meet someone who will eventually lead you to something that will change the course of your entire life. So, what are you waiting for? Start the chain reaction yourself. And then there are some poems which I will skip this time. Let's jump into the action plan. So, first action is see God in everyone and everything. This is the simplest way to like everybody and everything. Each time you meet somebody, silently but heartily say, God, and actually you feel the divine presence in that person. You will immediately feel a cozy warmth within yourself, which will automatically make you more loving towards that person. Number two, remove the indigestion of unkindness and hatred by drinking the potion of sweetness. Start by being friendly and courteous to people who are closest to you, and soon you will become habitually kind to all people. The main thing to keep in mind is to consciously choose to speak sincere and kind words to all, especially those whom you have been unjustly harsh with till now. This will be your greatest test of love. So very simple, but you have to keep reminding yourself of these action plans. Look into someone as if he is God, and then be aware of what you're talking. Be speak, you know, kind and loving words all the time, and start with your nearest ones. Yeah, those whom you take for granted. So then the joke. So there are two men. The first man says, "My grandfather fought in the World War II. My great grandfather fought in World War One, and my great great grandfather fought with Babur's enemies or Babur's armies." The second man says, "Couldn't your folks get along with anybody?" Okay, friends, that's the end of the wisdom sharing. So now there are some sharings from your side. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Thank you, Sandeep ji, for the message. Okay, there is, yes, Ramji.
Yes, Nagendra ji. So wonderful meditation. It felt like we can continue for long, but yes, it was so beautiful and very, very important wisdom sharing today, right? Because we're all living in the world of duality. We want to be happy, but there is as well the other polarity of happiness. Everything is always in the duality. Now, here is one of the nice wisdoms on which, if we work upon, we move from the duality into oneness and we can always be happy. Is it not possible? Of course, it is possible. And I kind of felt the other way around, which is yes, the topic is to be friendly with everyone. However, if we consciously think about people with whom we could not go well with, people, we all have some examples in our life with whom we cannot go well with. So the work should be more of bringing the enmity to zero, and naturally the other quotient increases. So, so bringing the enmity to zero should start from our thoughts and our words about those persons whom we do not like or we do not go well with. So the more consciously we put this effort at the level of mind, even we can take one person at a time. And there are indeed certain good exercises where they say if we think about one person daily for 1 minute, good for 40 days, even without we expressing or speaking a word to that person, automatically the relationship, the energy in that relationship shifts, changes. So if we keep on doing with one at a time, in no time we notice that the enmity or the people with whom we don't go well changes, reduces to zero, which means naturally we find ourselves with more friends. And there was as well nice statement which you shared, which says, it is easy to find friends and it is difficult to be one. So the more and more the people with whom we can't go well reduces, naturally we also become like we can be a good friend as well. So good friend means being friend with everyone again, right? So very beautiful wisdom. We have to consciously as well think about this, because as I said, we can move from the duality into oneness when we work upon one topic at a time. And when we can do that with one topic, automatically, suddenly we feel that everything of a polarity moves to the other side and becomes one. So, very wonderful wisdom. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ramji. Very well summarized, and yeah, you brought out the topic of duality, and it's so true. I mean, if you look in any situation in life, if you try to reach or try to make one out of two, that is when everyone wins. If it's a negotiation, you're sitting for negotiating in business situations, for example, if you try to find the you know, common points and what is good for both the parties, then the negotiation really goes in the right direction. It's same in life, whenever you see someone and if you try to make a conscious effort that, okay, I would like to be one with this person in our thoughts. This is, and then as the author says, you start with some people who are closest to you you know, to behave in that way and to practice your uh, speaking good words and being kind and never speaking something which is harsh. You begin from there, and you will realize that soon, with practice and with this constant efforts, you will be a very lovable person. People will like you because you are liking other people. So yeah, very true, and it's very important. I mean, we can do meditation for hours, but ultimately we have to go and live with people and live with our close ones, and we can only be happy if we try to love everyone. Yeah, thank you, Sailaji. Thank you for your message. I'm so happy that it helped you this topic. Yes, Mamta ji, you raised your hands.
Namaste, Nagendra ji.
Namaste, Mamta ji.
Masters. Every day it will be a beautiful wisdom. And today, really, I felt so happy about this friendship. And I learned so much in my life because there was only relationship experience for me. But what you told is that when we go on friend with all the relationships, all the relation members, it will be a really, it will be a beautiful experience, and it will be a beautiful change also. And all the points, I felt that I have to repeat again and again to practice. And so many changes I have done in myself. And that's the important way to change in ourselves. The last point, what you told about if you go on meditating for hours together, but when we go outside, when we mingle with others, and at that time we can come to know what are the changes and what are the emotions, what are the thinking, how we are, and that is the main point to check ourselves. And really, it's a beautiful experience, and enjoy each experience of life. And I want to share my words. There are some things that can't be communicated with words. Messages of love can sometimes only be conveyed with hugs, gesture of care, and looking into someone's eyes. Take time to demonstrate your feelings for someone in these ways. Slow down and convey what you feel in a meaningful way. This act of devotion will be impactful, for it is a reminder of one's value and worth in your life. Really, this has helped me so much, and this is the beautiful experience. What I have experienced, that when we must test ourselves. This is the way silence has worked me so much in in the relationship with my husband, and that is beautiful experience. Silence and the love and the hugs, this have worked so much to change the other person, and more change will be in ourselves at that time. So thank you for sharing with you all. Thank you everyone. Thank you universe. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Mamtaji. As always, I'm so impressed by what how you are hitting the nail on its head. You always are spot on, and you picked up the right message in the discussion that friendship should be the basis of all your relationship, whether it's with your children or your parents or your siblings or whatever. If friendship is the basis, then you will always be happy. So yeah, right. And yeah, I mean, you write so well, and you put down your thoughts so well. So thank you very much for always sharing them with all of us. Yeah. Any other sharings, friends? Okay, if no more sharings, then we are good to close. So have a nice day, nice